Okay, I'm going to walk you through this, but there might be a lot of backtracking, so bear with me because there's a lot of times I do something and go, oh, that's not it. Try this. So first of all, what we want to do is we want to make this solid. So we're going to select this graphic, and we are going to release the compound path. And all I'm going to do is grab the outline, and we have a solid piece. Now I want to hook this to his head. So I'm going to remake this. Let me step back, sorry. I'm going to take the skull. I'm going to release compound path. Okay, and you may want to duplicate all this before you start getting into all these steps. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate him, and I'm just going to put him off to the side here. Okay, so from here, I'm going to pull just the outline of him. Okay, and then I'm going to get rid of all of this because I'm not going to need this for this part. I'm going to center up these two graphics just so they align correctly. Oops, let's see what I mean. Alright, let's make this all one graphic. So let's make a compound path. Okay, now I'm going to center up these two pieces. Point, and I'm going to grab that from there, and I'm going to subtract. So I'm going to go from my modify, and I'm going to subtract. Now I've got just this piece. And got to make it a compound path again because anytime you do something, it separates it. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the skull. Let's make it a compound path. I'm going to take him and bring him over here, and I'm going to center him up. Oops, align. I'm going to pick the right buttons. And I want to zoom in on this. And I'm going to make sure he's just, if he's not touching, it's not going to weld. So I want to make sure it's touching. Then I'm going to select, oh, I lost an eye. Let me go back. I guess it helps if I can see everything. And some teeth. Lost half of a skull. Okay. Now we'll take him over here. Zoom in on just this area. Just pushing him up. Okay, making sure it's touching. Shift. I'm going to select both pieces, modify, and I'm going to weld. And I'm going to check my cut lines. I check my cut lines in several pieces, so that's all one piece. If I didn't weld, let's go back. I check my cut lines. It's not one piece. So now I'm going to go back and weld it. So now that line's gone. Then I'm going to go over here and grab the hook. And I'm pretty much going to do the same thing. Let me center that up. And then I'm going to zoom in so I know what I'm working on. And for this one, I'm just going to pop him up just a little bit. I want him centered more on the chin from the hook. So there we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to weld, if I can find my modify button, and check my cut line, make sure it welded properly. Yep. And then I'm going to zoom out. And again, I'm going to make everything a compound path. Each time I do this, I go back and make everything a compound path. That way if I grab it, I grab the whole thing. Now we need to go get the wrenches, which I think I've got open here. Okay, I'm going to grab these wrenches. Copy. Come back over here. Oops. And I'm going to go ahead and paste my wrenches. And I want to go ahead and resize these wrenches. So I can work with them. I'm just going to resize it. And then I'm just going to position it where I want it positioned again. Now I'm going to get rid of that. And I am going to go ahead and mirror this since it's the size I want instead of trying to size two different pieces. And I am going to go ahead and mirror. And then I'm just going to go reselect, reposition it. And then I'm going to make this all one piece. So I'm going to check, I'm going to make the two wrenches all one piece. So I'm going to go take the two wrenches, and I hope these wrenches were the fixed ones. Nope. No, they're not. Bear with me. Let me go grab the fixed wrenches.